introduction to get some information about the faculties of medicine in Košice, Martin, and Bratislava. But also you will see some videos from the cities and from the universities. And also definitely, if you have any questions, please write to the chat. I will answer them at the end of this video, of this webinar. Also, please, if there is any technical issue, either with presentation or maybe with my voice or anything, please let me know. Let's start. Some basic facts about Slovakia. Slovakia is member of the European Union since 2004. It's already 15 years. Schengen area, which means that you can travel to any countries which are in the green color here. So basically, except a few Serbian, Balkanic country, you can go anywhere. And finally, we also use the euro, so we have the same currency as the most of the Europe, which is also very good for the economy. Why you should maybe before we go to the presentation itself about the universities, maybe we can think for a second why you should consider studying in Slovakia. Either you can study medicine or dentistry. Degree from Slovakia, it's run on the ECTC level. You are awarded credits which are recognized in the whole Europe, and you can, after graduation, you can work anywhere. You can work anywhere in the European Union. For example, University of Pavel Josef Šafárik is also recognized in India. So that is also a big plus for you. The level of tuition fees is moderate. I will talk about that later. And also what is special is the fact that most of the education, especially the laboratories, they take place in the small groups of 8 to 15 people, which means that you will be in touch with the patients and with the practical learning from the first days of your studies. There are two universities and 3 faculties, in Slovakia. There is University of Pavel Josef Šafárik in Košice. Košice is second largest city. And then Comenius University has 2 faculties. One is in Martin, that's Jesenius Faculty of Medicine, and second is in Bratislava, that's Faculty of Medicine in Bratislava. Let's start with the UPGS. It is situated in the second biggest city of Slovakia. There are many international students there are students from 60 countries, and most of them are from Germany, Spain, Poland. You can study 2 study programs in Košice. It can be general medicine or dental medicine. Both of these study programs have 6 years of studies. And once you finish your studies, you are awarded the degree of Doctor of General Medicine or Doctor of Dental Medicine. Last webinar, some people ask how does it work with the specialization. Maybe we can talk about that later, but the main message is that once you have this degree, you can work anywhere as a doctor in European Union and also in countries that recognize this university. As you can see, these are some pictures from the laboratories, and as you can see, usually there are small groups of people which will not exceed 15 people, and also they go to meet the patients. University hospital is located exactly next to the Faculty of Medicine, and you need also some basic knowledge of Slovak, so you can communicate with them Slovak language is included in the study curriculum. It's like language 1 to 4 semester, so you have definitely a lot of time for the practicing. Also today I would like to show you some very nice videos because I guess most of you do not know anything maybe about Slovakia or Košice. So firstly, let's see some video how the Košice looks like. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video as I did. Košice was, like, as you could see, the main European city of the culture, also sport, and this year they are the main main capital of Europe of the doing things for free. But let's go back to the programs for the international students. So there is general medicine, which takes 6 years, and there are around 200 accepted students for the first year, and the tuition fees are 10,500 euros for 1 year, which can be paid in two installments. And there is also a scholarship offered for the best students, which is like also quite nice way how to get some extra money to your budget. Secondly, there is dental medicine. Dental medicine also takes 6 years. Usually around 40 students get admission, and you need to pay 11,000 euros for 1 year. Some universities, they also charge like extra costs for the dental materials. Actually, for the Faculty of Medicine Košice, there is no extra cost. So what you pay, it's 11,000 euros. You even do not need to pay money for the books. You can only you will just pay deposit at the beginning of your studies, and then like all the books are in the library, in the university library, so you do not need to invest anything more. This is the immatriculation for the medicine, and this is like big event for all the parents and all the teachers, students, definitely, because there are students and their parents coming to the coming for the special event, and as you can see, there are 200 to 300 people in the graduation during the graduation ceremony. How to get accepted for the Faculty of Medicine of the UPGS. For the Faculty of Medicine in Košice, we will organize the entrance test also in India, which will be on 22nd of July. that will be in New Delhi, and 24th of July will be in Chennai. You can register with your agent, which is Europe Study Center. If you have any question regarding this exam, I would definitely ask you to contact your local branch. And all the questions which will be there at the entrance exam are already published. They're from biology and they're from the chemistry. Booklets which you can buy from the faculty or from our agency. They have 600 questions from biology and 600 questions from the chemistry, and university will choose 100 questions each. So totally there will be, every question has 4 options, and for one question you can get up to 4 points. Totally there are 200 questions, so totally you can score up to 800 points. You need to get at least 600 points to get admission to the university. Nothing else is actually needed for the admission. Like there's nothing like Skype interviews or excellent results from the secondary school, which makes this school very different from other universities. Very briefly, I will go through the documents which you will need for the registration. So if you want to take part of the entrance exam in India, you will need to deliver all the documents at least 5 weeks before the entrance exam, which will be basically beginning of June. And registration, if you will decide to come to Slovakia, you just need 3 weeks to deliver your documents. And list of documents, it's very easy. Copy of passport, application form, registering for the concrete date, payment of 40 euros, medical certificate, and 12 certificate from your secondary school. Once you submit this, you are registered for the university, and you can proceed with your process. Let's move to the Jesenius Faculty of Medicine. Again, I prepared some very nice video for you. It has 11 minutes, but we will watch just first 2 minutes.
Welcome to Martin, in the centre of the Turiec region, where past and present meet in a dynamic cultural, social and sporting life. The Jesenius Faculty of Medicine, Comenius University, is a leader in medical education in Slovakia and plays an important part in the life of the city. Its humanistic mission has been spread throughout the world by hundreds of graduates ever since the faculty was established. Our aim is to create not only good conditions for university studies, but also conditions for lifelong learning in a comfortable learning environment with Martin University Hospital. The main activities of our faculty focus on the provision of educational, scientific research and curative and preventive activities. The education and training of our graduates is based on the deep traditions of European medicine, which has gradually developed into contemporary evidence-based medicine. Every year, there is great interest in studying at our faculty, which is proved by the growing number of domestic and international applicants. We are pleased that we can admit excellent secondary school graduates who fulfill the admission criteria by more than 80%. At present, in addition to Slovak students, there are students from Norway, Iceland, Sweden, Germany, Poland, and many other countries. Within graduate studies, the faculty provides the study program of general medicine in Slovak and English language, dental medicine, and non-medical study programs in nursing, midwifery, and public health.
Okay, then I can show you the link of this video in the private chats in the chat below. And so let's speak again a little bit about this faculty. Um, as you heard already, it's located in very beautiful city, very close to the mountains. Most of students are from Iceland and Norway, and also some of them are from Poland, but Germany, Spain, like basically from many European and world countries. And as it is not that big city, there are like moderate living costs compared to Bratislava, and let's say also compared to the Košice. You've seen this building also in video, like it's one of the faculties of one of the buildings of the Faculty of Medicine in Martin. And here you can see the pictures from the open day of the open day when the local students are invited to join the Faculty of Medicine Martin. They can practice some skills such as first aid or first help for the patients. Or here you can see there are also many international conferences which are taking place in Martin. In Martin, there is just one program for the faculty for the students, which is general medicine, but its level is really excellent. Uh, One of the best programs of medicine in the Central Europe. It takes 6 years, and there are just 9,900 euros for 1 year. But this payment it must be paid in in single payment, so no option for the installments compared to the Faculty of Medicine Košice or Faculty of Medicine in Bratislava. Every year there are 120 students which get accepted for these English programs, and also registration is very easy. You just you firstly definitely you will just submit documents for the entrance test. So most of documents you just need to deliver scans to the university, but few of them there must be originals. So you will need to submit copy of passport, original of the SAN application form, copy of your secondary school degree, CV, 3 passport photos, and finally confirmation of the entrance fee, which is 70 euros. Right now, the entrance test will be taking place just in Slovakia, but in case of big interest from the students, it's no problem to organize it also abroad. Like if you would be interested in taking place in the admission for the Martin, definitely I would again suggest you to contact your branch of the Europe Study Center, and they will be definitely able and very helpful to provide you with all the details regarding the admission. Regarding the test, the system is very similar to the Košice. So there is entrance test from the biology and chemistry. It's 100 questions each. Usually you need to get around, let's say, 120, 130 points to get accepted. So around 60 to 65%. If you compare it with the Faculty of Medicine in Košice, there you had to score 75%. So this is from this point of view, it's better. For the entrance test, there will be questions, multiple choice test, and you need to have just general knowledge of biology and chemistry, which means that faculty can also provide you with some basic study materials, especially from these two subjects. That usually is very similar to the education at secondary school. Finally, we can talk a little bit about the Faculty of Medicine in Bratislava. there are two programs for the international students. One is general medicine and second is dental medicine. Both of them will take 6 years, and it's a little bit cheaper compared to the Košice Martin. For general medicine, it's 9,500 euros, and for dental medicine, it's 11,000. There is one difference that for this faculty you need to invest also money for the books, because like books are not provided by the university, and also the living costs in Bratislava are bigger because faculty is not providing any accommodation, and basically students they need to look for the accommodation by themselves. Again, I found one really nice video for you. It will be about the Comenius University in general, and also we will see some basic information about Faculty of Medicine. This is city of Bratislava, which is very close to Vienna. So if you know Vienna, Bratislava just kilometers from Vienna. This is Bratislava Castle. And now this will be about some different faculties. Again, as I said, like you are in touch with the patients in very first months and years of your studies, and also the level of Slovak is also needed because you will need to speak with the patients, and definitely some basic survival knowledge of Slovak is welcomed. Bratislava entrance exam. They have 4 terms of the entrance exam. 2 of them will be in June and 2 of them will be in August. There is no option to write the entrance test for the Bratislava in abroad, which means that they have just these 4 options, and they do not organize any other admissions abroad. Faculty is providing the questions from biology and chemistry. In both booklets, there are 750 questions each. So totally you have 1,500 questions to prepare. And out of these 750, they will choose 100 questions. Again, one question has 4 options. So maximally you can score 4 points for one question. And if you want to get accepted, you will need to be ranked among the best 200 students for the general medicine and among the best 35 students for the dental medicine. So let's say that your results might be excellent, but there will be 200 students better than you. But also on another hand, you can have really not very good result, and still if you are better than other 200 students, you get admission. So it has some cons and pros, definitely. Again, you do not need to have any Skype interview or any excellent results from the biology and chemistry. You just need to have excellent. You just need to pass the secondary school and write the entrance exam in a decent way. So you will be among the best students. As I said, this is quite important. Faculty is not providing the accommodation for the students, which means you will need to find your private flat, which is also needed for your residence permit application. And secondly, unlike the Košice and Martin, there is also deduction for the wrong answers. So, which means that last year there were students with 200 points out of 800, and they got admission because of this deduction of points. It was like in the end, it was they got they were better than other students. So it's very tough to predict like how many points you will need to have to get accepted for this faculty of medicine. This is the end of the formal part of the presentation. Now I would like to ask you to give any questions which might be interesting for you, because I'm sure that maybe you are listening about Slovakia for the first time in your life, and I'm sure that you must be having many questions. Meanwhile, maybe I can share you. I will share you the links for the videos which I mentioned today. So I will post it here. Okay, here you go. And these videos I used today, so definitely they can provide you maybe with little bit more information about the city as well, about the faculties. And maybe we can, before I will get some question, maybe I can speak a little bit about the residence permit in Slovakia. How does it work? How long is the process? I would suggest to start the process as soon as possible, which means to have all documents ready for your process, because it takes at least, let's say, 30 to 45 days to get visas. You need to go to the embassy in New Delhi and apply for the D visas. D visas means national D visas, and these D visas will be for 90 days, so 90. And within those 90 days, you need to submit a request for the residence permit at Foreign Police in Košice, and then you will get the residence permit for the complete length of your studies. Which means if you come, let's say, just for the masters, let's say in informatics, you get the residence permit just for 2 years. But if you come to study medicine for 6 years, then you get residence permit for 6 years, which is good. For example, in Czech Republic, they do not have these residence permits for 6 years. Just like every year you need to go and renew, which is like very painful and very tiring experience. Very similar, I guess it's also in Poland. If I'm not mistaken, you get the first residence permit just for 18 months, and then you need to go and extend. And also like once, if you study normally, if you are no delays with your exams, there will be no interruption from the foreign police, which is also good, because they know the students are coming to study, not to do anything bad. So I think that can be also a big plus. And I see 2 questions, so let's answer them one by one. This is very good question from Neha. General medicine is equivalent to MBBS or MD degree. MBBS, in a sense, bachelor degree. All the study programs which are offered in Slovakia, there is no distinction between the bachelor and master. Like it's like combination of the bachelor and master. After 6 years, you will get the final degree of the doctor, which is equivalent to the master or to the master studies. So unlike the MBBS, where you still need to do some master studies, where you need to do some specialization. Once you graduate in Slovakia, you get master degree, or even better, medical degree, which is comparable with the master studies. Linu is asking how many practice hours will the student get, and in which hospital they get these practices. Is it paid or not? Generally speaking, the practices are not paid because they are part of the education, and actually university needs to pay to the hospitals to be able to go there with the students. So actually also these costs are incorporated in the tuition fees. For every faculty of medicine in Slovakia has its own university hospital, which means usually those hospitals are, let's say, 200 or 500 meters away. So it's University Hospital in Košice, also called New Hospital. Then there is University Hospital in Martin, and finally University Hospital in Bratislava. For some specialization, there are also some different like hospitals. For example, for dental medicine, maybe the students might be having the practices in some other departments, but everything is located in one city, and there is no need to travel anywhere to, I don't know, different city. Also, good question from Neha again. Is it MCI approved? In Slovakia, Medical Council of India recognizes this faculty. So Faculty of Medicine in Košice is approved in India. For some reason unknown to me, Comenius University is not approved, although it's like the oldest and maybe the most well-known university of Slovakia. But once you come to study in Košice, your degree is recognized also in India. That's why we do the entrance test for this university in India as well. So I will mention it again. For the Faculty of Medicine, I will write it also in the chat. So Faculty of Medicine in Košice. In New Delhi, we have the entrance test. We have entrance test for the in New Delhi, and then on 22nd of July and 24th of July will be entrance test for the UPGS will be in Chennai. So for these two dates, you are free to register, and then actually you do not need to travel anywhere. I mean, to Europe. You will just go there, get the results within 2 to 3 days, because everything is like automatic, and university just needs to do one scan of your answer sheet to give you your results. And then if you will pass 600 points out of 800, you get admission automatically. Leshma asking, is there any assistance for accommodation? Yes, there is assistance for the Faculty of Medicine in Košice and Martin as well. There are dormitories which are located, let's say, around 1,500 meters, so 1 kilometer away from the faculty. The fees for the dormitories are usually from 100 to 160 euros for 1 month, and everything depends whether you wish to share your room with someone or you do not want to share it with someone. So logically, the double bed rooms are cheaper than single beds, but on another hand, it's not that easy to get the single bedroom in its dormitory. There are 2 dormitories in Košice. One is located at Medická Street. Medická, by the way, means like medical street. It's very close to the university. And second is at Popradska, which is, as I said, 1.5 kilometer away from the university. And then in Martin, like Martin is a very small city, so there are like big dormitories for the students, and also the faculty will be providing the accommodation as well as the letter for the foreign police procedure, and there shouldn't be any problem for the students regarding this. Okay, I will now wait for some more questions, and let's see if you would like to ask something, maybe about the process after the admission. How does it work with the enrollment? Anything which is interesting for you, feel free to ask. Maybe we have now, let's say, 10 minutes to the end of this today's webinar, but definitely we will continue in this later in next months or next weeks. Shweta is asking, or Shweta, sorry if I mispronounce it. Entrance exam in Martin and in Bratislava. Okay, so let's start with Bratislava. So the entrance examination in Bratislava will be in 24th and 25th of June, and then 15th and 16th of August. I would suggest to start, or if possible, to go for the June test, because like everything, RP and residence permit process takes a lot of time. So you might be in time pressure if you decide for the August term, and plus, as I said, you need to come to Slovakia because Bratislava is not doing entrance exams in Rod. And regarding the admission for the Faculty of Medicine in Martin, it will be also taking place in June. It will be 19th of June and then 16th of August. And also in the case of interest of many students, the faculty may come to the India to write test over there. And again, you just need to have at least 60 to 65%, pay the admission fee, submit few documents, and that's it. You might secure your place at the university. I will continue with the question of Antu, then I will go back to Neha. Is there any airport pickup for the students after reaching over there? Yes, there is picking up service. As I am located directly in Košice, I have assistants for picking ups from the airport, from airports in Košice. Also, if needed, it's also arranged in Bratislava. There is also direct flights. For example, from India, the most suitable way how the students are coming to Slovakia are through the Istanbul, because from Istanbul, Turkish Airlines are having direct flights to Košice. Some other students, they prefer to come with the Indian flights companies because they have bigger allowance for the luggage weight, but that's very individual. So like definitely if you will decide to study in Slovakia, someone will come and pick you up at the airport. I will now go back to the question of the minimum salary after studies. This is a little bit tricky question because like you might be like there are various types of the specializations, various countries rules, various like minimum wages in different countries. For example, if your level of speaking German is excellent, definitely you can go to Germany and start with the 3,000 euros even without attestation. The reason is that usually in small hospitals they do not have any they don't have any like any doctors who wish to work there, so that's why they do big recruitment from the Slovakia, Czech Republic, as well as Poland. And that's why also the money which you can get in Germany or Austria, Switzerland are like excellent. If we speak about Slovakia, starting would be around 1,200 euros, and but also you need to, if you like really want to increase your salary and specialization, you need to go for the attestation, which is like postgraduate studies. For example, it can be like postgraduate studies in dermatology. And once you will finish this attestation, you can have your own ambulance, and you can be independent doctor without any need to cooperate with other doctors, which is like very good chance for you to get increased to 2,500 euros in Slovakia. Also, you need to take into consideration that living costs in Slovakia are definitely lower than living costs in Germany. And okay, is there any? Okay, another question. So, education gaps will be accepted. Yes, they are accepted. There is no problem if you had your secondary school, I don't know, like 3-4 years ago, and you wish to continue your studies. When I have some informal meetings with the universities, sometimes they tell me that that sometimes our students, like usually the daughter is coming with her mother, and so once it was, I think, even the grandmother, because like that grandmother, she was like 60 or 65 years old. So I think this was like delay or educational gap of 40 years. So like if that is allowed, then like definitely 5 years will be also allowed. Regarding the recognition process, it's also a very good question. If you that education process, usually it's done between first months of your studies at the faculty, and you need to have your 12th certificate, both diploma, I mean like degree, final degree, and the transcript of records. You need to have it apostilled. In next step, you will submit it for the translation, and after translation, you are going to the local office of the. You are going for the local office of the Ministry of Education. This process is usually very quick, and that process is usually very quick because it takes like 1 to 2 weeks, and then recognition process is done. So far, I helped maybe around 100 students. from India, both at bachelor and master degree. And so far, not even single student had problem with the recognition. For the master studies, the recognition looks a little bit different, but like that maybe we can discuss next webinar when if someone is interested about the technical studies, then definitely that could be also possible to discuss maybe sometime later. Okay, maybe we can have like five final three questions for next 5 minutes, because I'm sure that still I didn't mention everything. I will just take a note of the questions which were there today, so I can incorporate it to the presentation next year, because like all of them were like very interesting and very important. Maybe I can speak during the last minutes about how does it look with the students' life, because I guess that's also very important. Usually, like generally speaking, it's said that medical students and dentistry students, they need to study, and that's why they do not have that much time for the parties. Definitely, it's true, because like usually in the first years, there are like many very tough exams, such as anatomy, histology, physics, biology. So all of these are like basics, and once you go higher to higher studies, everything is based on the knowledge from the previous years. That's why it's also very important not to miss any exam, because if you, for example, miss anatomy 1, and then you cannot take part of in anatomy 2, because it's like it's so-called prerequisite, and that's why it's important to like get into the study process as soon as possible, and not to get distracted by many very nice elements of the studying abroad. If maybe if when speaking about the total costs for 1 year, I would suggest to have the total costs for 1 year in of around 16 to 17,000 euros, plus the money for the flight tickets and also insurance. For the medical students, there is also insurance provided from India, because like in Slovakia we have a little bit different type of the health system. In Slovakia, it's that system is like free for everyone, just like you need to work or to be born here. If there is any problem for the student, he or she needs to go to the hospital, pay the bill, and then claim it with the insurance company. With this, there are very good experience. If like paperwork is done and there are no problems with the paperwork, then so far I didn't have experience of the student complaining that the money were not refunded for the medical bill. This is the end. As I see that there are no more questions. I hope that today you enjoyed this webinar as I did. Definitely, I would suggest you again to contact your local ESC branch or cooperating office, and I'm sure that they will be happy to assist you with your way to Slovakia. Have a nice day, and I hope to meet you one day in Slovakia. Bye bye.